Welcome. So Eric, it's great to see you. Tell us how you fit into the big Dalet ecosystem.
Hey, thanks, Bruce. Always great to see you, bud. My current role as the general manager here in Los Angeles is leading Dalet's West Coast US and Canada office, coordinating our sales, project, and support efforts to focus on customer satisfaction and success. And as you know, the West Coast market out here is very production and post-production oriented. So I work with studios like Warner Brothers and Paramount, post-production shops like Ubiquity, SDI Media, TransPerfect, and content distribution partners like Stars and Pokemon. Recently, I've been asked to lend my market knowledge and expertise to the AmberFin product line, since the transcoding and media supply chain workflow capabilities are so critical to the production and post orientation of our West Coast market. And as you can probably remember, we first met when AmberFin was spinning out of Snell, and I was starting Digimetrics with the Aurora QC. So you and I worked together on getting the Your UQC idea running inside AmberFin, which really helped both of our companies succeed in those early days. So the AmberFin product line is certainly near and dear to my heart.
Certainly sounds like you're going to be busy as well. And now some of the audience out there are going to know a little bit about Dalet and a little bit about MAM, and some might know a bit about AmberFin and a little bit about media processing. So tell me a little bit about how those two fit together. How does the AmberFin platform help Dalet deliver business value?
AmberFin, especially here in the West Coast of the US and Soho and other areas of the world where we deal with production and post, this AmberFin product line helps our customers deal with a wide variety of formats that we need to handle, both for contribution and for distribution. And what AmberFin really brings to the table is not just media conversion, but a packaging capability. So that not only do I have this media in the right format, but it's correctly segmented and referenced in a manifest in the right location for your smart TV app, your mobile app, or your on-the-air workflow that it can utilize those.
It seems like the media industry has really been in a state of disruption for a while now. And the disruption seems to exist, not just for vendors like ourselves who are building products and systems, but also for the customers who are delivering content to the consumer. So tell us a little bit about Dalet's strategy to help those customers with the challenges that they're facing at the moment. And how does the AmberFin platform help to deliver that strategy and add value?
Even before the current situation, AmberFin was uniquely set up to help customers handle remote contributions. So enabling multimedia journalists that need to send their camera card contributions with metadata back to the central newsroom site via AmberFin's web UI. This type of remote contribution portal enables content to be moved and converted in one operation. It collects the operational metadata and the operator metadata from the camera all together. And now with our AmberFin Cloud Transcoder service, we're giving our customers remote access in a multi-tenant and a private single-tenant service, the exact same capability of features and performance that they've been used to using on-premise. So this Cloud Transcoder service also enables our customers to scale transcode needs to support new messaging or monetization efforts without necessarily worrying about scaling their infrastructure.
Oh, sounds impressive. And a lot of people, in their move towards the cloud, it seems to be somewhat easier for those who started their journey a year ago. And it's more challenging for those who are just starting now and almost being forced to adopt the cloud, quickly at the last moment. So tell me a little bit about the characteristics of the Dalet MAM and the AmberFin processing engine. What do they bring to the table that allows cloud migration to actually deliver those tangible benefits?
I think this gets to the heart of why the Dalet acquisition of AmberFin has worked so well. Prior to the Dalet acquisition, AmberFin was really well known for these high quality media conversions. And what Dalet's investment has done is add this complete workflow engine to this very high quality conversions. And adding this workflow gave us this ability to make decisions ahead of the conversion or a packaging downstream of the conversion or all of the above. So this business process management capability with the high quality conversion engine I think it's really unique in the industry at our price point.
So it's interesting that there's a word there that you mentioned quite a few times, the word packaging. And it seems that in AmberFin's early days, as you and I both know, that we were really concerned with taking this format over here and moving it to that format over there. And they were the simple days when everybody understood what we were doing, left to right workflows and all of that. So it sounds a bunch more complicated now with this packaging concept. So what are the sorts of things that AmberFin's now able to do that's becoming a game changer? And how does MAM enhance that game-changing ability?
Life's gotten progressively more complex as we've moved from, hey, here's this tape, make me this tape. And then we progress to, here's a tape, make me this file format. And now without these tape standards in the mix, there's a couple of bits in play that really make for good deliveries. And only one of them is really that media codec or format. We've got packaging concerns, and one of those is how do we fragment or wrap the media so that we can enable playback? And in that fragmentation, are we using CMAF? Are we going to put a manifest on top of that, like Dash or HLS? We've got concerns about what level of metadata should we be delivering to enable the OVP or the OTT application, because it's really all about the customer experience, so that when they play that media, we're getting what they expect.
Interesting. So it sounds like, the modern workflow, it's really a kind of an intricate mix of these business desires sitting on top of an AmberFin engine that's trying to say, I'd like to get the content from here to this platform. And under the hood, there's these smarts going on that say, well, I'm going to do this by putting together all of these subtitles and this metadata in the right package and get all the right components. It's almost like manufacturing. Is that really how it works? Have I got that right?
Take all of that complexity we just described and then multiply this by 40 or 50 different endpoints for delivery. And some of these have to have decisions in real time. Some of them happen early in the process. Some decisions have to happen the day after a live broadcast. So it's not just about making those decisions on time, but being able to execute them at scale, as you mentioned, like a manufacturing process. Okay. And that's really where AmberFin's grown into something that our customers know and trust in their supply chains.
So it sounds like we've got a whole bunch of complexity that we have to manage. Are things really getting simpler, or are the workflows continuing to get more and more complex and diverse?
Well, we've had a lot of standardization efforts, and those have helped quite a bit to make some things simpler. But unfortunately, what standardization has really done is take things like, how do I make fragments easier? But you still have these groups of companies that get together and push, how can we use this codec instead of that codec? And I don't really see those efforts slowing down. There's days where we wish that there could be that one codec to rule them all, or one package or one metadata standard. But the reality of the world is that there's never been a more fragmented media marketplace than we have today. So the likelihood that we will simplify, it's high. But are we going to get dramatically simpler? Probably not.
So when you and I first started working together about 700 years ago, no, it's only a decade, it just sometimes feels like 700 years. Our customers, they really had to go and build their own data centers. They had to put in terabytes of storage. They had to buy a bunch of servers. And it was like a plate spinning exercise just to keep the whole thing going and keep it running at the same speed that the industry was going at. It sounds like with this new cloud initiative, that all of that heavy lifting and all of that infrastructure is being taken away from the customers, and they just get on with the job of producing great content. Is that the case?
Yeah, I think if you could remember back to where we both started, half of our challenge was always making sure that, is that data center set up? Can the transcoder talk to the QC engine? Is the storage accessible? And all of that had to happen before we even worried about things like configuring profiles for production. And now that we're past a lot of these challenges, the AmberFin Cloud Transcoder being available in a multi-tenant service for customers that want to prioritize the speed of onboarding, maybe in a low-cost public cloud environment, they don't have to worry about purchasing or managing infrastructure any longer. They really just have to worry about bringing to the cloud their own content in an S3 bucket. So getting a transcode job running now is as simple as adding Cloud Transcoder credentials to an AmberFin workflow engine, adding a decision to use that transcoder. Maybe that's based on the type of media, the type of job, or the queue depth of your fixed resource capacity. And you're off and running. So you can scale all of these transcoding resources using our cloud service plan. And you've got a quick, easy, and cost-effective way to move your media.
So having moved into the cloud, what are the features that a cloud media processor really needs to deliver these benefits to the customers, Eric?
I really think there's 3 points that we've built our service around to take advantage of what our customers were asking for from a cloud transcoder. The first point is that our customers should be able to retain control of the environment. They shouldn't need a cloud service team to take what they already know works well for them, their conversions and their workflows, and port those to a separate cloud environment. We wanted our customers to keep what was already working for them, add a simple set of credentials to their workflows, and for them to be able to decide when the workflow should use the cloud transcoder versus when they should use their fixed capacity. Number two, this need to have a service that's available both multi-tenant and in a private cloud environment. Multi-tenant where maybe security takes a backseat to the speed of the onboarding or the accessibility of the environment, and a VPC environment where they need security and an auditable environment. And we've taken care to make sure that we've built our service in a way that's available to customers in either environment. And this third point, it was important that we not have any feature differential between what worked in the cloud versus what worked on premise. Every single thing that our customers are used to using on premise is working in the cloud transcoder service as well.
And that's a really interesting point that you bring up. I mean, some of the big Hollywood media companies, they internationalize their content. So they make different versions for different territories, different conformance regimes, and basically it's the multi-versioning that really, adds value to that sort of workflow. But we're also seeing this kind of trend in the kind of medium to large scale corporate environment. And if you're trying to be a global company with a global footprint, then presumably your global media also has to have a global footprint to it. So is the Dalet AmberFin Cloud service appropriate for, say, a global corporate company making international corporate training titles?
Oh, absolutely, Bruce. This is something that Dalet as a company has gotten really good at over the last 3 years, this ability to handle subtitle and dubbing localization workflows. Everything from our enterprise class MAM systems to our transcode and workflow systems with AmberFin have capabilities built in with localization and versioning use cases in mind. So those customers that want to start with AmberFin and do things like create a sub or a dub replacement or a track replacement workflow, they have that capability from day one built right there into the workflow engine. Subtitle conversions, audio file conversions, mixing, the ability to look for and match that French language track with the English language master, create that deliverable. Everything is available there inside AmberFin.
It's interesting that when we started these products, it was all about conversions, but now it's all about workflows. And you say the word workflow quite a lot. So is this appropriate where people take, say, I don't know, an API from an AI engine and they glue it to an API from a transcode engine and an API from a MAM engine, and they sort of put all of these things together and they make something completely new that we've never imagined before? I mean, does the Dalet ecosystem really enable this? Is there a culture of existing customers actually doing this gluing together of APIs to make great things?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And really the way AmberFin was designed is with a complete set of REST APIs so that everything that's available in the transcoder can be used by a third-party system.
Awesome. So it sounds like we've got sophisticated workflows that are nice and modern. Sounds like we've got content at rest in the cloud. Sounds like we've got the whole deployment of getting these complex workflows in front of the customers. We've got that sorted. And at the same time, we've dropped the price and made it easier for people. Eric, it sounds like you're the right person in the right place at the right time. So what final message have you got for the customers who are watching this?
Well, obviously we're not standing still. Dalet continues to prove the AmberFin capabilities, starting with our monthly releases and now continuing with our cloud transcoder service, and coming soon, a completely overhauled user experience to continue to simplify the usage. It's an exciting time to be working with Dalet and AmberFin, and we're thankful for all of our customers that continue to trust us in their transcode and their media workflows.